Hello, my name is Courtney Boyd, and today I'm going to walk you through preparing for the Digital Twin project for the Augmented Reality and Virtual Reality Development course at Virginia State University. So first, I'm going to go through a software introduction, and I'm going to introduce all of the things that we need to download. And then we're going to go through this list in the table of content and download everything so that we make sure you are prepared. So the first thing that we're going to make sure that you have is Git and Git Bash. If you already have it, feel free to skip this. If you already have anything in this list, feel free to skip that part of the video. But we're going to go through it just to make sure you're totally ready. So Git and Git Bash are for version control. So if you make a mistake and you break the project, you're able to get back to a working version of the project. Use Git and Git Bash for distribution and also, of course, for teamwork. Next, we're going to download the Unity Hub and the Unity Editor. So Unity is a popular game engine. It's used for virtual reality gaming. It's used for 3D gaming and 2D gaming, as well as mobile apps, right? Then we're going to get into downloading Oculus, and that's very headset specific. So that's for people who are using the Meta or Oculus headsets, such as the Quest or the Rifts. Then we're going to get into the XARM libraries, which is how you're able to control the robot arm in Python. Then we're going to get into Visual Studio Code. Again, if you already have this IDE, then don't worry about that part, but we're going to make sure that you have it. Then we're going to get into the High Wonder software, which is necessary for robot calibration and simple robot control. Really, the High Wonder software, you shouldn't need it that much, but in the event that the robot does come out of calibration, it will be necessary to use. So we'll make sure you have it. Okay, so we're going to make sure that you have Git and Git Bash. And this is really simple. Just go to, Google, Git download. The first one, I have a Windows computer, and then, 32 or 64-bit, whatever you need. And you should be able to download that very easily. And this is what Git Bash, the Git Bash icon looks like on my computer. I'll open it and we're able to, do whatever we need to. You should be able to check yes to have the Git Bash icon added as a desktop icon while you're doing the download. And here, maybe we'll click the download because I already have it downloaded on this computer, but it's pretty straightforward, right? And you go through like how you would download anything, just making sure that you get that Git Bash. Okay, so now we're going to look at Unity, the Unity Hub, the Unity editor for the Unity game engine, and getting that downloaded. So again, we start with our beloved Google. Look, I just typed it in not too long ago. Unity download, and we go with the Unity Hub first. So the important thing about the Unity Hub is that Unity releases a lot of editors. They'll release an editor sometimes 2 and 3 times in a year. But this Unity Hub is what allows you to control what version of the editor you have. And for Unity development, keeping up with what version you use is very important because switching versions will break your project. So getting started with Unity, and we're going to want to download for Windows. And right, you can see the 5th download. But there we go. And so you just go through and agree to everything as you go. Now, at some point, it should ask you to create a Unity account, and you're going to have a personal license. Unity is free. Unity is free. Do not pay for anything. Unity, the personal license is free. So you can see here, I've made my account. Maybe we'll go to account settings. I've made my account and put in my information and all of that good stuff. And so when I log in, I can see all of my projects here. This is what the Unity Hub will look like. So as you can see, this DTV6 is actually the project, the digital twin project, the current version that I've been working on. You can see that the editor version is 2022.3.20f1. And so when you download your editor, you're going to want to make sure that you have this version, just because that's what works for all of the scripts and the project that I've created. And so you can see, I also have the build settings for multiple different platforms, and we'll get into that build settings later. Not that important yet. So, right, and here in the installs, this is where you can install different versions. So for whatever reason, if you have a different version on here and you need to get to the 2022.3.20f1, you can download that online and then make sure that you install it from here. And so you can see I have some other versions that are able to be downloaded. So this is what my desktop looks like. This is the Unity Hub, and then I have the desktop version for, or the desktop icon for Unity 2022.3.20f1. Okay, so now we're going to get into downloading Oculus on the computer. Right, so this is headset specific. So if you're not using a Oculus or now Meta headset, then you can go ahead and skip this video. So if you're using the HTC Vive Pro, HTC Vive Elite, just anything other than Oculus or Meta headsets, just don't even watch this. Anyway, let's get into it for those of us who do. So we're going to do Oculus download for PC. Install the Oculus PC app for MetaQuest link. That's what I have. I have a Quest. Scroll down, Oculus PC app setup. And then you're going to click that. Let's go ahead and open it. So for you, of course, you're going to have to walk through their whatever they tell you to do to install it. But this is what it's going to look like after you install it. And here I'll show you in devices. So I have my Quest. I've already done the MetaQuest link that connects my Quest to my computer. And you're also going to have to download for the Quest and for the Rift. Probably nobody's using a Rift because those are getting, they're deprecated now. They're not being sold anymore. But so for Quest, you're all going to have the MetaQuest app on your phone. You're going to have to link the phone to the Quest, and then you're going to have to put it into developer mode. And that you can do that on the app. So where you have the MetaQuest in there, and then you select the one that you are using, and then you scroll. I think it's in headset settings, but and then it's very easy. You toggle it into developer mode. This is what the Oculus desktop icon is going to look like. To do your device setup through this, and of course like the AirLink. Next up, we are going to work on getting you the XARM libraries and Python. So Python could have been its whole own number on the list, but we'll just put it in here. So download Python, and it should be the first thing that pops up. You know, oh look, there's download the latest version for Windows. It doesn't really matter either place. and you download like usual, nothing scary, nothing too intense. So now we're going to look at how to get your XARM libraries, and I even actually wrote up a nice guide for how to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to open our terminal, and literally we're going to do, just type in everything that you have in there. So my setup tool should already be upgraded, and everything that I have on here should already be C requirement already fulfilled. So I had already put all of these things in here, and this is my, my Windows terminal. Pretty straightforward. So we are on number 5. We're going to make sure that you have Visual Studio Code for the IDE. Now, I'm pretty sure that Unity will make you download regular Visual Studio, but we want to go ahead. I'm very comfortable with Visual Studio Code, and that's what I used for the project. Of course, you get some other IDE to work with Unity, be my guest, but I'm pretty sure it makes you use Visual Studio. I changed the default to Visual Studio Code for Unity. But so let's get into it. Download, and then Windows Downloader, and open that up, and you accept and click through everything that it tells you to do. So this is what the Visual Studio Code application or desktop app is going to look like. This is what it looks like. Most of y'all are probably familiar with this. Oh, and I have mine in a different, I selected this color scheme. If you want to know how to do the color schemes, Google it. It's not so hard. So I think probably the default color scheme is black and white or something. Same principle. This is Visual Studio Code. Okay, last but not least, we are making sure that you have the High Wonder software downloaded. So we're actually going to go High Wonder XARM 1S. Click the first High Wonder link, scroll down to the bottom. And it's actually funny because even in the comments here, they say it's hard to find the software. But luckily they put the link here in the comments. So that makes it very simple. Download all, and it gives you this nice Google folder, right? So let's look at the guide. Go to XARM 1S PC software. Actually, let's just split screen. Let's split screen. So go to XARM 1S PC software and app learning. Go to lesson 1, software instructions. Download the file. And I actually don't have it downloaded on this computer because I only use it for calibration. I had it downloaded on the university computer where the ARM is located. So we actually clicked through it because I didn't have that one on here. But yeah, this is what it looks like, and we use this for calibration. But for now, make sure that you're able to open this XARM application. So now we have the XARM icon. Oh, and that's so cute.